there's a lot of overlap there. The United Front Work Department, especially overseas, focuses on building up networks and CCP-aligned figures within Chinese communities, within ethnic minority communities, within religious communities, and so on. But the problem with the United Front Work Department is that it doesn't have as much skill in covert and clandestine operations as the Ministry of State Security. It does do that kind of work. One thing I found out while writing the book was that for a period, the FBI was mistakenly labeling some United Front Work Department officials as MSS officials because their activities looked so similar in many ways. But the MSS has far more expertise in foreign politics. It has far more language skills. It has professional clandestine tradecraft at its hands. If you're an MSS officer and you're trying to befriend and cultivate and develop a former world leader, former head of state from a Western country, it's really impossible to recruit this person to, hand them some money and say, now you work for the MSS, I'm your handler, I want to task you to do these things. I think that sort of thing is not really, generally not an option when you're targeting that sort of figure. But people can still work up to that level of 心照不宣, where the foreign target has a kind of idea that they're dealing with someone who is not just a diplomat, not just a Chinese NGO worker, for example, but might actually be connected to the intelligence system. But they haven't actually been forced to recognize that. They haven't been told authoritatively that that's the case, so that they can still work together. They can still, they still have mutual interests. They might be receiving benefits from this relationship, but they can get away with telling themselves that they're not involved in an intelligence operation.